A trip to Glasgow, Montana. Home of Glasgow Air Force Base. This weather scene was taken in July of 1996, about halfway between Billings and Malta. One of the most awesome storm systems that I have ever encountered. A lot of thunder, a lot of lightning, even a rainbow. The radio announced tornado warnings for this day, but the next day there were no reports of any tornadoes. Absolutely awesome. Downtown Glasgow remains virtually unchanged from the 1960s. On the outskirts of Glasgow is the Pioneer Museum. Many displays of the history of Valley County, including Glasgow Air Force Base. A small section devoted to the base. Models like the B-52, an artist rendering of the control tower, base operations, and the fire department. Also copies of the Highliner newspaper, which I was photographer, writer, and assistant editor in 1964 and 1965. The office published special commemorative edition, the base 1961 to 1968. The base is now known as St. Marie. The base did close in 1967, reopened in 1972, and permanently closed in 1976. This is the road going from Glasgow up to the base, a drive of about 20 miles. This whole area of Montana is agricultural, with a tremendous amount of wheat growing each year. The base is now known as St. Marie, Montana. Currently has approximately 200 residents. This is where the guardhouse used to be. Just about where the car is sitting. This picture of the guardhouse was taken in 1960. It was a drive of about 1 mile from the main gate to the headquarters building, past the base housing area there on the right-hand side. One of 3 water towers in the distance. This is the area now owned by Boeing Aircraft. The runway was 13,500 feet in length. The headquarters building housed the base commander, public information office, finance, personnel, and was the first building on the left-hand side as you came into the base. The base garage and the control tower on the right-hand side. View of the softball field, and again, 550 was the number of the headquarters building. Like all the buildings on the base, they have deteriorated tremendously from lack of maintenance and neglect, and of course the base being abandoned didn't help with that at all. This is the baseball field, and a view from the front of the headquarters building across the main road into the base, and housing to the right, swinging around towards the barracks area, dental facility, control tower on the left, maintenance building, swinging around to I believe this was the air police facility, and then the enlisted area, several barracks, and the base gymnasium on the right-hand side. The post office and one of the barracks. Another view across the parking area. And again, you can see the deterioration of the barracks. I was surprised when I looked inside the post office through this glass. Again, everything was secured on the base. The brass mailboxes still inside. One of the shelters at one of the bus stops on the main road. Again, the softball, baseball field. Base chapel. View of the commissary, the bowling alley, the base chapel, swinging around towards the headquarters building. And this is the 747 Club, which was at one time known as the NCO Club. I'm not sure exactly when the name change took place, but I assume it was in the 1972 to 1976 period. Headquarters with a maintenance building in the background, and another view of the base gymnasium across from one of the barracks areas. That is not your TV set going dark, it is the video. Another view of the base chapel looking over towards the bowling alley and the commissary. Next we have a 360-degree view of the landscape around the base. Milk River to the north and to the east of the base. One of the perimeter roads. And then looking to the base area itself, again, barracks area, parking, the water tower, one of three. Then a look down towards the control tower. The base gymnasium, the NCO Club, or the 747 Club. Headquarters building way off there in the distance. Maintenance buildings in the back beyond the headquarters. Another one of the water towers. A little bit of the base housing area, the base chapel. Swinging around to another one of the water towers. The commissary and bowling alley area. And then back out to the remote, flat Montana landscape. the base high school, middle school, and elementary school near base housing. A drive through base housing showed houses in fair condition, streets in not so good condition. According to someone, there are about 200 families that have taken up residence at the old Glasgow Air Force Base, many of them there only part-time during the summer months. It's reported some time ago that the houses were selling for around $15,000, minor repairs to get them livable, and then the owners to do the interior repair work. This is one of the most beautiful sunsets I've encountered, taken on the west side of Glasgow, looking towards Malta. Absolutely gorgeous sunset. Glasgow was established in the late 1880s as a railroad expansion moved into the Missouri River area of eastern Montana. A view of Glasgow at some point, I imagine the very early 1900s. These photos were extracted from a website, no date given, but I assume probably the 1990s. This is called the North School, and I really don't know the location of it other than it being in Valley County. One of the grain elevators. The Missouri River down near Fort Peck. Now back to a summer scene of Glasgow. And that beautiful, beautiful sunset.